If you're not familiar with Ja Morant, then I think it's time for you to start taking notice. As of now, the 6'3" point guard out of Murray State is projected to go top 5 on virtually every NBA draft board, and some even have him going number 1. If his impressive numbers on paper don't get your attention, then his explosive and exciting style of play on the court most definitely will. Ja Morant is part of the wave of super athletic point guards, and this year he's proven he's one of the best and most talented players in the entire country. Let's break down Ja's strengths and weaknesses in this breakdown. Ja Morant is electric in the open court. His combination of speed, explosiveness, and tight handle makes him extremely tough to stop in transition. He changes gears in the open court at an elite level, and it's really impressive how Ja can go 100 miles per hour on the break and then back down to 0 when he gets to the rim. The way he just cruises down the court sometimes, and then in an instant he's exploding at the rim for a poster dunk, is a reason why he gets compared to Westbrook. In these two clips, we could see Westbrook and Ja pushing the ball up the floor. They're both moving at a good pace, but nowhere near full speed. And then with an explosive first step going left, they both explode at the rim with a nasty tomahawk dunk. As you can see, the Westbrook comparisons aren't too far-fetched. While Ja is dynamite in the open court, he's also great at attacking in the half-court set. His slick and smooth handle allows him to easily blow by defenders, and even if he has a good defender on him, for example, Jared Harper, he knows how to use his great height at the point guard spot to finish over them. And even though he has a skinny frame, he embraces contact in the paint and finishes with contact at a consistent rate. For a young point guard, his athleticism, change of pace, and ball handling is extremely impressive. Ja is currently averaging over 10 assists per game, leading the NCAA by a wide margin. He's a true floor general, he's very confident running the one spot, and he's fantastic at setting up his teammates. He's shown a lot of potential in the pick and roll. Ja's very poised coming off ball screens, and he has great timing when feeding his man rolling to the basket. He gets a lot of flack because of his high turnovers, which I'll be talking about later, but Murray State's offense literally runs through him every single time. Damn near every possession, Ja has the ball in his hands, and since he's the only real playmaker on the team, it's not surprising that his turnover numbers are so high. When you really watch him play, you see that he's a legit point guard with great court vision. Ja isn't a consistent threat from the perimeter at the moment. He's currently shooting a mediocre 33% from deep, but I wouldn't call his jump shot broke. He actually had some really good shooting nights from 3. His form, release, and follow through look fine, and he's shown he can make deep threes when he's in a groove. He gets a lot of his threes off from ball screens when his man goes under the screen. I've seen him a few times hit a defender with the move and rise up for the shot, but I like to see him knock down shots off the dribble more often. Super athletic young point guards who struggle with their shot is a common theme. Fortunately for Ja, I believe he just needs to constantly get reps up in the gym because his shot mechanics look just fine. Ja is already a good defender that has potential to be a great defender. His natural physical tools give him a high defensive upside. He has really long arms and very quick feet when defending, even when he's beat off the dribble like in this clip right here. His athleticism allows him to recover quickly and still contest the shot. His effort on the boards can be overlooked as well. He's a great rebounder for a point guard, and he crashes the boards very aggressively. Ja is a player that just does what it takes to win, whether it's scoring, defense, passing, or rebounds. He does it all. I feel like the most crucial part of Ja's development is adding a consistent jump shot. The potential is there and his shot looks fine, but he still has a lot of work to do before he's a threat from the perimeter. He struggles when shooting with the hand in his face, and right now he hasn't showcased any type of mid-range game. Ja developing a consistent jump shot could make the difference of him becoming a future all-star or a solid role player once he's in the league. It's imperative for Ja to put in a lot of hours into improving his jump shot so he can take his game to the next level. And Ja's arguably the best distributor in college basketball, but that doesn't mean he can't improve at the one spot. Regardless if Ja's the only one to create offense for his team, averaging 5 turnovers per game isn't something you can just gloss over. He's a talented point guard, but he can be pretty reckless with his passes. He can get in habits of trying to thread the needle too much or making the home run play when it's not really necessary. He can be careless with the ball when driving. There's been a few times where he's been ripped off the dribble, and occasionally he'll get jammed up in the lane trying to make a play, which ultimately leads to a turnover. These are normal issues young point guards have to overcome, but I feel like the learning curve won't be too difficult for Ja. A player with such a great feel for the game will eventually put the pieces together. Well, here's my verdict. Ja Morant 100% deserves all the hype that he's getting. There's been a lot of people trying to discredit his talent because he's at a mid-major school, but if you saw his performances against Alabama and Auburn, it's clear to see he's the real deal. The skill set and athleticism that Ja has makes him a no-brainer lottery pick. He's a low-risk, high-reward type of player. Even if he doesn't develop into a star at the next level, he could at least contribute to a team with his defense and passing ability. Will he be the number 1 pick in the draft? Who knows? But whatever team decides to pick him up, they'll be getting a player with the potential to be one of the best point guards in the entire NBA.